ECNEC meeting approves 11 projects worth 37,507 crore taka. Projects include setting up of country's first frontier technology-based specialized institute and infrastructure. People will vote for Awami League in next polls because this party has transformed the country into a developing state and brought prosperity to countrymen, says Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina at Awami League Presidium meeting in Ganaphavan. Corona mortality rate high in country even with low contamination as 43 deaths reported in last 24 hours, the highest in 5 months. Feasibility study for Chattogram Metro Rail to begin soon as government targets next year to start construction work, says Information and Broadcasting Minister Dr. Hassan Mahmood. Coronavirus claims more than 8,000 lives around the world in the last 24 hours, taking the total death count past 57,69,000. And in today's first match of the Wangabuntu BPL cricket, Chattogram Challengers beat Minister Group Dhaka by 3 runs. Assalamu alaikum. This is News at 10 on BTV, BTV World and BTV Chattogram Centre. I'm Mahmoud Rahman. Those were the headlines. Let's move on now to the details.
আপনাদের কাছে আমি ফিরে আসবো আমি খালি একটা কথা বলেছিলাম তোমরা যদি আমাকে মেরে ফেলে দাও আমার আপত্তি নাই মৃত্যুর পরে আমার লাশটা আমার বাঙালির কাছে দিয়ে দিও এই একটা অনুরোধ তোমাদের।
The Executive Committee of the National Economic Council, ECNEC, approved 1,503 crore and 32 lakh taka project to set up an Institute of Frontier Technology. Through the construction of primary infrastructure for Sheikh Hasina Institute of Frontier Technology project, government will set up the country's first frontier technology-based specialized institute. The approval came at the ECNEC meeting held today with the ECNEC chairperson and Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina in the chair. The Premier joined the meeting virtually from her Ganaphavan residence. Ministers, state ministers, planning commission members and secretaries concerned attended from the NEC conference room at Sher-e-Bangla Nagar in Dhaka area. Bangladesh High-Tech Park Authority under the ICT division would implement the construction of primary infrastructure for Sheikh Hasina Institute of Frontier Technology project at Shipchor Upazila of Madaripur district. At the meeting, 11 projects were approved involving an overall estimated cost of 37,507 crore and 22 lakh taka. Of the approved 11 projects, 7 are new while 4 are revised projects. The other projects approved in the meeting are infrastructure development of Bangla Commander Flotilla West Comflot West, modernization of Chattogram, Kumilla and Trishal military farms, upgradation of Ashuganj River Port Sharel Dharkar Akhaura Land Port Highway to 4 lanes, National Highway first revised, integrated sanitation and hygiene in 10 priority cities of Bangladesh, upgrading of Dhaka water supply network first revised, waste removal and management in Dhaka South City Corporation affiliated area, collection of modern vehicles used for road repairs and reduction of traffic congestion through installation of mechanized parking, construction of hostel or dormitory for doctors, officers, senior staff nurses and trainees working at Azimpur Maternal and Child Health Training Institute in Dhaka, important rural infrastructure development of Gopalganj district second revised, 4th Health, Population and Nutrition Sector Program first revised, and Smart Agriculture Card and Digital Agriculture Pilot Project. Briefing reporters after the meeting, Planning Minister M.A. Mannan said that at the meeting, Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina gave directive to construct waste treatment plant outside the cities to prevent bad smell and environmental pollution. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina has said Bangladesh Awami League always believes in democracy and her party has the trust on the people of the country. She expressed her firm optimism that the people would again give their mandate in favor of Awami League in the next general elections to continue running the state. The Prime Minister said, as she spoke in her introductory speech at a meeting of the members of Awami League's Presidium held at Ganaphavan this afternoon. Sheikh Hasina said her party Awami League, by remaining in state power for more than a decade, has remarkably changed the country. She also mentioned the global corona pandemic and said her government has been able to keep the wheels of the country's economy running in this crisis period through giving various stimulus packages. In this regard, the Prime Minister said Bangladesh's GDP growth rate is now 6.94%, while the per capita income has risen to $2,591. Besides, Bangladesh has already been recognized as a developing country, she said, adding that the living standard of the people has improved a lot and 7% families have been brought under electricity connection. Sheikh Hasina said all facilities are now being taken to the doorsteps of the people through community clinics, Amar Bari Amar Khamar and Ashrayon projects. The Prime Minister renewed her conviction that no one will remain homeless in Bangladesh anymore, and the government will ensure it. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina has sought Japan's support for an early, voluntary and sustainable repatriation of forcibly displaced Rohingyas to their homeland Myanmar, as Dhaka and Tokyo share common views on resolving the crisis. In the time of celebrating the 50th anniversary of establishment of Bangladesh-Japan diplomatic relations, the Premier, in a video message, also opined that importantly both the countries share common views on resolving the crisis of forcibly displaced Rohingyas from Myanmar's Rakhine state. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the Japanese Embassy in Dhaka jointly organized a function marking the Golden Jubilee of the establishment of diplomatic relations. The Prime Minister said Bangladesh and Japan, as trusted partners and peace-loving nations, both have always worked in supporting one another in international forums to promote global peace, progress, prosperity, stability, and sustainable development.
Supporting one another in international forums to promote global peace, progress, prosperity, stability, and sustainable development. Importantly, both share common views on resolving the crisis of forcibly displaced Rohingyas from Myanmar's Rakhine state. We seek Japan's support for an early, voluntary, safe, and sustainable repatriation of these displaced people back to their ancestral homes in Myanmar. As I view our two countries' bilateral relations today, I see so much opportunities for enhancement. Indeed, mutual initiatives are imperative to avail of these opportunities. As Bangladesh strives to be a prosperous, developed country and our father of the nations, Sonar Bangla or Golden Bangladesh, our last 50 years of enviable cooperation would remain an inspiration for the coming 50 years. Bangladesh is firm to engage with time-tested friend Japan for mutually beneficial gains.
Bangladesh reported 43 COVID-19 deaths and 8,354 infections in a single day. Corona infection rate was reported at 20.03%. Directorate General of Health Services, DGHS, in its routine daily statement today, said the death toll has risen to 28,670 from coronavirus, and the tally of infections has risen to 18,79,255. The recovery count rose to 16,22,857 after another 10,800 patients recovered. The statement said 20.03% of 41,698 samples tested positive. DGHS statistics showed that the people infected from the beginning, 86.36% recovered and 1.53% died. Information and Broadcasting Minister Dr. Hassan Mahmood has called upon all officers concerned to work in a coordinated manner to begin construction of a metro rail in Chattogram city at the beginning of next year. He made the call at a views exchange meeting on the feasibility study and preliminary survey on the Transportation Master Plan and the construction of a metro rail in Chattogram today. The meeting was held at the Circuit House in the port city. Road Transport and Highways Division has come forward to construct a metro rail as per directives of Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina to cash in on the potential of Chattogram city. Information and Broadcasting Minister Dr. Hassan Mahmood was present at the meeting as chief guest. Officials of Chattogram City Corporation, Chattogram Development Authority, Chattogram Port Authorities and other organizations concerned were present. South Korean Development Agency will carry out the feasibility study. Dr. Hassan Mahmood says the feasibility study will end in a year.
চট্টগ্রামের নগরায়ণটা আগামী 10 বছর অনেক দ্রুত হবে, সেটি মাথায় রেখেই মাননীয় প্রধানমন্ত্রী ভবিষ্যৎ দেখতে পান। আমরা অনেক কিছু দেখতে পাই না, কিন্তু মাননীয় প্রধানমন্ত্রী ভবিষ্যৎ আমাদের চেয়ে অনেক বেশি দেখতে পান। সে কারণে মাননীয় প্রধানমন্ত্রী এই সমস্ত কিছুকে মাথায় রেখে দেশের উন্নয়নের স্বার্থে চট্টগ্রামে মেট্রো রেল স্থাপন করার ঘোষণা দিয়েছেন। চট্টগ্রামের উন্নয়ন নিজের কাঁধে তুলে নিয়েছেন, সেই জন্য তিনি এটি ঘোষণা করেছেন। এজন্য চট্টগ্রামের একজন মানুষ হিসাবে, চট্টগ্রাম এলাকার সংসদ সদস্য হিসাবে আমি মাননীয় প্রধানমন্ত্রীর প্রতি গভীর কৃতজ্ঞতা জানাই। 1 বছরের মধ্যে ফিজিবিলিটি স্টাডি শেষ করে আমরা যদি দ্রুত কাজে নেমে যেতে পারি, তাহলে আমি মনে করি যে বঙ্গবন্ধু কন্যা জননেত্রী শেখ হাসিনা যাতে 1 বছর পরে মেট্রো রেল কনস্ট্রাকশনের ভিত্তিপ্রস্তর স্থাপন করতে পারে, সেই লক্ষ্য নিয়ে কাজ করতে হবে।
Information and Broadcasting Minister Dr. Hassan Mahmood has said BNP's decision not to take part in any election is suicidal for the party. The minister made the remark while addressing journalists' cheque distribution ceremony at Bangabandhu Hall of Chattogram Press Club today.
সাহায্য বন্ধ করার জন্য চিঠি দিয়ে তিনি দেশদ্রোহিতামূলক কাজ করেছেন। তারপরে তিনি সংবাদ সম্মেলন করে বললেন যে আমি দেশের বিরুদ্ধে কোনো চিঠি দিইনি। পরে যখন সেই চিঠির কপি আমরা দেখালাম গণমাধ্যমের সামনে, এরপরে কিন্তু তাদের কোনো জবাব নাই। এইভাবে একটি দলের মহাসচিব মিথ্যাচার করতে পারে, সেটি দেখে এবং শুনে আমি লজ্জিত হচ্ছি। নির্বাচন কমিশন গঠন করার জন্য যে সার্চ কমিটি গঠন করেছে, শক্তিশালী নির্বাচন কমিশন গঠন করার লক্ষ্যে সেটি করা হয়েছে, কিন্তু ওনারা তো সিদ্ধান্ত নিয়েই বসে আছেন যে কোনো নির্বাচনে যাবেন না। বিএনপি যেই ভুলটি করছে সেটি তাদের আত্মহননের মতো।
Managing Director, Bangladesh Journalist Welfare Trust, Subhash Chandra Badal, and member of the trust, Kolim Sharwar, were special guests on the occasion. Presided over by Chattogram Journalists Union President Muhammad Ali, journalist leaders including BFUJ Vice President Shahidul Alam, Chattogram Journalists Union General Secretary M. Shamsul Islam, President of Chattogram Press Club Ali Abbas, General Secretary Chaudhry Farid spoke on the occasion. 41 journalists were given cheques of 33,50,000 taka from Welfare Trust, and 13 journalists were given cheques of 1,40,000 taka under Corona Incentive Package. Now some international news. In the last 24 hours, the world has witnessed over 18,70,000 new coronavirus cases, with 8,373 deaths. COVID-19 global death toll reaches 57,72,000 and 39,90,76,000 people have been infected globally. Besides, 31,88,31,000 people have recovered from the virus so far. The United States reported over 1,56,000 new COVID-19 cases in the last 24 hours, and the tally of infection rose to about 7,83,71,000. The country reported 1,269 deaths yesterday. India reported about 68,000 new COVID-19 cases in the last 24 hours, and tally of infection rose to about 4,23,40,000. The country reported 1,173 deaths yesterday. French President Emmanuel Macron has told reporters that President Vladimir Putin assured him that Russian forces would not ramp up the crisis near Ukraine's borders. President Macron this week is on a diplomatic tour of national capitals trying to find a solution to the crisis in Ukraine. He arrived in the Ukrainian capital, Kiev, today after almost 6 hours of talks with Putin in Moscow yesterday. At a news conference with Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky, Macron said there was now the chance to make these negotiations move forward between Russia and Ukraine. Meanwhile, US President Joe Biden made a categorical vow yesterday at a meeting with Germany's Chancellor Olaf Scholz to shut down the controversial Nord Stream 2 gas pipeline from Russia to Europe if Moscow launches an invasion of Ukraine. Biden's declaration was his most blunt so far on the fate of the massive new pipeline, which has been completed but has yet to begin funneling natural gas to Germany, tying energy-hungry Europe ever closer to Russia. South Sudan wants to lease out the country's vast wasteland to Bangladesh and seeks Bangladesh's cooperation in the production of various crops. Bangladesh will send an expert team to identify specific sectors of cooperation in this regard. The team will have various experts, including agricultural researchers, scientists, and extension workers. This was stated at a meeting between Agriculture Minister Dr. Mohammed Abdul Razak and South Sudan's Deputy Minister for Foreign and International Cooperation, Deng Deng Malik, at the Secretariat today. Among others, Agriculture Secretary Mohammed Saidul Islam, Mohammed Additional Secretary Ruhul Amin Talukdar attended the meeting. A 7-member high-level delegation led by Deputy Minister of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation of South Sudan, Deng Deng Malik, met the Chief of the Bangladesh Army General S.M. Shafiuddin Ahmed at the Army headquarters in Dhaka today. During the meeting, apart from exchanging mutual skills, they discussed various issues related to existing relations between the armies of the two countries and cooperation in future progress. Later, the Army Chief delivered his welcome address in the presence of all the principal staff officers in the Army headquarters Helmet Conference Room. The South Sudanese delegation was then given a briefing on the Bangladesh Army. The discussions focused on the relationship between the armies of the two countries and areas of future cooperation. The leader of delegation of South Sudan appreciated the role of Bangladesh Army in maintaining world peace and noted with gratitude the spontaneous activities of the Bangladesh contingents deployed in South Sudan and the special contribution made to the development of various infrastructure in that country. At the same time, he praised the role of the army in achieving the independence of Bangladesh and building the country, as well as expressed the hope of learning from it and using it in his own country. Now, weather. The weather forecast, valid till 6 p.m. tomorrow, says weather may remain dry with a temporary partly cloudy sky over the country. Moderate to thick fog may occur over northwestern parts of the country, and light to moderate fog may occur at places elsewhere over the country during midnight to morning. A mild cold wave is sweeping the districts of Dinajpur, Nilphamari, Kurigram, Rajshahi, Pabna, Molbibazar and the Upazila of Sitakundo, and it may abate. Night and day temperature may rise slightly over the country. Now today's maximum and minimum temperature in divisional cities. Maximum 25.3 and minimum 10.8 degrees Celsius in Rangpur, maximum 24.6 and minimum 9.4 degrees Celsius in Rajshahi, maximum 23.2 and minimum 11.4 degrees Celsius in Mymensingh, maximum 24.5 and minimum 12.4 degrees Celsius in Sylhet, maximum 25.2 and minimum 12.2 degrees Celsius in Dhaka, maximum 25.5 and minimum 13 degrees Celsius in Khulna, maximum 25.7 and minimum 10.5 degrees Celsius in Bodishal, and maximum 24.5, minimum 13.5 degrees Celsius in Chattogram Division. The lowest temperature of the country was recorded at 8.5 degrees Celsius at Sitakundo today. The weather forecast for the next 3 days: the cold wave may continue in the northern part of the country till tomorrow. In the capital, night and day temperature may remain unchanged tomorrow. The night temperature may rise by 2 to 3 degrees Celsius on Thursday. The temperature may fall again on Friday. There will be cloudy sky across the capital. Now some sports news. Chattogram Challengers defeated Minister Group Dhaka by 3 runs in the first match of the day of the Bangabandhu BPL cricket today. Chattogram Challengers batted first and scored 148 for 6 in their stipulated 20 overs at Sylhet International Cricket Stadium. Shamim Hussain scored 52 for Chattogram. In reply, Minister Group Dhaka managed to score 145 for 6 in their stipulated 20 overs. Tamim Iqbal was unbeaten on 73 runs for Dhaka. In the second match of the day, Fortune Borishal beat Sylhet Sunrisers by 12 runs. Fortune Borishal batted first and scored 199 for 4 in their stipulated 20 overs. Chris Gale was unbeaten on 52, while Munim Sharia scored 51 and Shakib Al Hassan scored 38 for Borishal. In reply, Sylhet Sunrisers managed to score 187 for 6 in their stipulated 20 overs. Colin Ingram scored 90 for Sylhet. To wind up the bulletin, here once again are the main points. ECNIC meeting approves 11 projects worth 37,507 crore taka. Projects include setting up of country's first frontier technology-based specialized institute and infrastructure. People will vote for Awami League in next polls because this party has transformed the country into a developing state and brought prosperity to countrymen, says Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina at Awami League Presidium meeting in Ranabhavan. Corona mortality rate high in country even with low contamination, as 43 deaths reported in last 24 hours. This is the highest in 5 months. Feasibility study for Chattogram Metro Rail to begin soon as government targets next year to start construction work, says Information and Broadcasting Minister Dr. Hassan Mahmood. Coronavirus claims more than 8,000 lives around the world in the last 24 hours, taking the total death count past 57,69,000. And in today's first match of Bangabandhu BPL cricket, Chattogram Challengers beat Minister Group Dhaka by 3 runs. That's it from the newsroom for now. Thank you for being with us, and we do request that you follow the health guidelines. Keep wearing your masks and prevent corona. Khuda Hafiz.